Hello everyone, and welcome to a new video where we are going to dive into the world of dinosaurs. We will do this to learn a lot of interesting information about them. Also, we are going to use the book about dinosaurs and other prehistoric animals. You already know that inside, we get a lot of interesting information about all of them. It even tells us which parts of Earth they lived in. So let's open our box to see everything that's hidden inside. Also, as you can see, here we have a big Dilophosaurus and also a carnivorous dinosaur, which I find terrifying. This figure is super big, and even though it's fixed, made of hard plastic, it can move its jaw, which is articulated at the bottom. Look, it has a lot of sharp teeth. Also, on the bottom there's a speaker with a button. Let's press it. This is its big roar, and it also has some impressive claws with 4 fingers. Let's leave it here so it can join us to meet the rest of the dinosaurs. For now, on the cover we have a big Triceratops. Let's see. And look, we have a bunch of different dinosaurs. Let's take them all out to learn their names and their characteristics. Let's see which one comes out first. And look, we have a little baby. It's a Pachycephalosaurus, but as you can see, it doesn't have its body fully developed yet, since it just hatched from its egg. However, we can already see some very particular characteristics of this species, like the shape of its skull, for example. It was very hard on the top, and it helped it deliver strong headbutts like this to defend itself from predators. In addition, it also had spikes on the back and sides, so its head was also fortified, heavily armored. Another interesting detail about large herbivores is that they had a strong beak at the tip of their mouth. They used it to dig in the ground in search of relief and food. I love this figure because it's also one of the soft ones. We can squish it and even use it as a ball so it can roll. Oops. A small baby has managed to bring down a top predator to the ground. Let's see which one comes out next. Let's see. And over here we have a very different figure. I like the figures that come in this box because they're not all the same. Each one is different. Here we have a big Triceratops. As you know, it's characterized by its crown-shaped skull, and it also used its big horns to defend itself, charging powerfully. Also, when a super predator came along, like the great Tyrannosaurus Rex, they would all join together in a group to protect each other. As you can see, it had 2 horns that were much bigger than the 3rd horn, which was located on top of its nose. This figure, as you can see, can be assembled and disassembled. I already put it together in previous videos. It comes with some plastic screws that we can unscrew, so we can put it together as if it were a kit. And the best part is that afterwards we can move its joints, like its tail and its legs, but also its head. The Triceratops lived on Earth during the Cretaceous period. Let's look at another one. Over here I see a super big figure. I think it's the biggest one in the whole box. And it's no wonder, because we have a giant among giants. It's a huge Brachiosaurus, a long-necked dinosaur. It could reach about 26 meters in length. Impressive, right? Also, as you can see, its legs were gigantic. To feed such a huge body, they had to eat tons of food every day. They mainly fed on plants, leaves, grass, and fruit. They also needed to drink a lot of water. Its mouth, as you can see, isn't very big, since it only ate soft things. It didn't need to bite meat and big bones like carnivores did. Also, the Brachiosaurus is characterized by the shape of its head. As you can see, it had a small bump on the top. Currently, the only dinosaur we have left with such a long neck is the giraffe. Another interesting detail about the great Brachiosaurus is that, unlike the Diplodocus, it had larger and taller front legs than its back legs, since its neck was held very upright, and it needed a lot of strength in the front of its body to support its neck. The figure is also one of the soft ones. It seems like it has air inside. This way, we can move the tail and its neck. Look, we can make it look like it's eating grass from the ground. Super cool! It lived on planet Earth during the Jurassic period. We have a fantastic illustration where, as you can see, it could eat the leaves from the tops of the trees. It also tells us that to climb up the trunks, it would put all its weight on its hind legs, lifting its front legs. The tail also helped it to keep its balance. Here, on the small map, it shows us that this dinosaur was mainly found in the area of the United States. And should we keep building our Jurassic World with more dinosaur figures? Here we have another herbivore. And also, everyone who follows me in the videos knows that this herbivore is one of my favorites. It's the great Parasaurolophus. I really like this figure because of its colors. It's made of hard plastic, but it comes with a lot of details. The Parasaurolophus had a large horn on the back of its head, which it used to make sounds and communicate with the rest of the herd. When they felt threatened, they started making very loud sounds so that everyone could hear them and escape in time. Also, it was a dinosaur that had very particular front legs. Look, it had 4 fingers and could use them to support its whole weight on the ground. It put its weight on all 4 legs, so it was both bipedal and quadrupedal. Its body was robust, and it also had a long tail.
Otro más por aquí. Veamos cuál nos sale ahora. Y tenemos un dinosaurio muy extraño. Se trata de un dinosaurio emplumado. Lo más característico de este dinosaurio son las garras que tiene. Como veis, posee 3 dedos con unas garras enormes. ¡Chas, chas, chas! ¿Sabéis para qué las utilizaba? Tanto para poder defenderse de los depredadores, agitando sus patas delanteras de forma muy rápida, pero también lo utiliza
to be able to break the branches of trees and feed itself. We can see that it had a small feathered crest and a long tail with very thick plumage. Spectacular! Another one over here. Let's see which one is next. It looks like we have another big figure. Wow! And this time, we really have a super predator alongside the great Tyrannosaurus Rex. Allosaurus was also a relentless predator. It was also known for its large jaw, which on the figure is articulated. Look, we can open and close it. Inside, we can see the detail of its tongue and its sharp teeth. In the book, we also have more information about this type of carnivore. It tells us that it inhabited planet Earth during the late Jurassic period and could reach about 12 meters in length. Here, we're even seeing an illustration of 2 of them trying to hunt a long-necked dinosaur. Impressive. It was also found in areas of the United States, Portugal, and Tanzania. Its name means different lizard. And here comes our great predator. Any prey would hide quickly in its presence, and it's quite terrifying. Let's set it aside so we can keep learning about new specimens. And it looks like what we have left are very tiny ones. Look, we have 2 eggs. It seems that some eggs have hatched inside the box, but there are still some left to hatch. Let's leave them here so we can look at these 2 miniature dinosaurs, although actually it's a dinosaur and a flying reptile. Let's look at this one first. This is a dinosaur that didn't actually exist in real life, but is a fictional dinosaur that appears in the Jurassic World movies. It comes with a movable jaw. It's a mini dinosaur. As you know, this dinosaur is lethal. It was created by combining the DNA of different types of dinosaurs. It's characterized by its completely black skin, but with this black and yellow stripe that runs along its whole body. And that's what makes it unique. As you can see, it could also use its front legs for support to run at a higher speed. I like that you can move the jaw up and down. Let's see what the other one was. And as you can see, here we have a flying reptile. It lived during the Cretaceous period, at the same time as the large dinosaurs. It also comes with articulated wings, so we can flap them up and down like this. Pteranodon had a super long beak, and although you can't see it here, it also had a pouch under its beak to store fish. As you can see, its body was quite slim, which allowed it to fly at high speed and reach great heights. The hind legs also helped it cling to rocks, so it could look for food, which is super cool. And now, friends, we've finished today's video. Here are the dinosaurs we've learned about. If you liked today's video, you can help me out by giving me a super like, a thumbs up, and I encourage you to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos. And now it's time to say goodbye. I'll see you in the next video with more amazing dinosaurs. Goodbye.
Adiós.